Seriously, I tested the light out before I started the camera and the light looked fine. I just wanted to record how I'm feeling. Oh gosh. There's tape on my nose. I know I look terrible. Um, wanted to record how I'm feeling just in case anything happens to me. Um, so uh, tonight I went for this is okay. This I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. Um, I went for a walk tonight, right? And then I'm sitting in my chair, and normally I don't go for a walk. Like, I haven't been walking lately, and it's been too cold or too slippery, or I've been too sick. And I really stopped the evening walkies for a while, and I'm just going stir crazy, and it was really quite lovely out tonight, so I went for an extra long walk. A very slow, not rigorous walk. And then I'm sitting watching TV and on my phone, and I'm having terrible spine pain and brain like electrical spine and brain pain, and like electricity running through my brain and spine, and terrifying, right? It's so scary. And that's when I got struck with my medication injury 8 years ago, and then another medication injury after that, that, you know, almost killed me. And one of the first things, my spine was under attack, like electrical feelings in my spine and brain, like my someone was pulling my brain down, and or someone was like grabbing me by the shoulders and pulling me down hard all the time. That's what it felt like. And like electricity through my spine and down the length of my legs. And I would get into the bathtub, and it would feel like it would trigger the electrical pain in my spine. And it's just like, your brain and spine is everything, right? As I'm saying this, I'm experiencing this pain, and it just takes my breath away because it's so scary. Gosh, you know what? I'm squeaky clean out of the bathtub, and I look so shiny, and I've got nothing on me. If you saw me in person, it just looks like I'm really clean and I just had a bath, which I did, but it looks like greasy or whatever. It looks weird, but if you saw me face to face in that light, you'd see it was not that weird. But in this light, it looks really creepy and weird. Anyways, um, and I've got this tape on my nose for the sinus pain, the empty nose syndrome. Anyways, so I'm experiencing all this brain and spine pain, electrical pain, and it's just so terrifying that it takes my breath away. And I have not experienced this in a few years. This kind of pain was happening to me for a few years straight with the benzo withdrawal and the other medication injury. And um, so it started happening out of the blue tonight, and I'm really scared. And, a few hours have gone by, and I thought, why is this happening? And you know what I think did it? I think because I went for that long walk. When I got home, when I was walking, and when I got home, both my thighs were numb. And, that hasn't happened in a long time. And as I'm laying here, my legs are numb. Last night, my hands were going numb. And then what I realized triggered it, I think, is going for an extra long walk. Not a rigorous walk, but you know, I walked for what? I don't know, very slowly, 20 minutes, maybe more. And I was going so slow that, it was no big exercise, but my spine, I don't know. I I think I think the walk triggered it, and I think my Chiari is freaking out. I think my brain and spine are going crazy. Nerve damage. And I'm kind of scared because apnea, I'm not using the CPAP, severe trigeminal pain, severe trigeminal nerve pain, severe pain in the face, arms and legs are going crazy, spine pain, brain. Just making this video in case anything weird happens to me. We can get paralyzed. We can wake up paralyzed. We can wake up and start walking and fall to the ground. We can not wake up. And you know what? That's not unrealistic. That's not dramatic. My doctor even said as much as that. My doctor said he was going to say to one of these specialists, you know what? I mean, one of these days she just might not wake up. Well, what do you expect me to do with her? Trying to advocate for me, right? This is not a fantastical overstatement. This is reality for people with Chiari. And I'm glad he understands this. Because most doctors won't be that frank. I'm glad he's straight with me. Anyways. The fear is so great, and it takes my breath away, this electrical spine pain, and in my head, in my brain as well. Nerve pain like this is just so frightening because it's so unknown, and it can lead to really bad things. And yet, on the flip side, I know the worst can happen. I know that. And, I've got some serious conditions here, right? Chiari and EDS and there's lots of things I don't talk about on here, like prolapsed organs and stuff. And, I found out I had this disorder, Ehlers-Danlos, late in life. They knew, how many years ago? 15 years ago, my former family doctor knew that I had Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and didn't tell me, like as if it didn't matter or something, right? All these prolapsed organs and all these, varicose veins when I'm 15 years old and 115 pounds. Old ladies and doctors used to look at my legs, my skinny legs, and do a double take because they would see varicose veins and they'd go, wait, what? Why do you have varicose veins? To me, they look normal. I've never had any other legs. Thin almost all my life. And, there would be people giving me the side eye like, hey, that's not right. Freezing hands and feet at 15. I've got Chiari as well, right? I don't know how long the Chiari's been there. Sleep issues, 10 years old. My mom would call me 100 times trying to get me out of bed. No kid should be that tired when they're 10 years old. by 15, they had me on sleeping pills, thinking it's all anxiety. A recessed jaw, small jaw, too many teeth. That's an EDS thing. I'm very flexible. When you have, a prolapsed bowel and you have these things all your life, you just totally think it's normal. You don't know any different. And that's not the sort of thing that you talk to anybody about. You don't even know that anything's wrong. I can talk about that in another video if anyone wants to know, but like it's sort of, if you suspect things are wrong with one of your children, these kinds of conversations should be encouraged, because you can have weird things going on all your life, even as a kid, going to the bathroom. You don't know any different. If there's something abnormal happening, you don't know any different. Or like a cervical prolapse. When I was I don't know, early 30s, going to the bathroom, and it's like, whoa, what is happening here? There's something so wrong. And I was shaking like a leaf. I drove around to a med clinic. And so that's from having children. You have a cervical prolapse, and I'm like what? I had one 6-pound baby. My entrails shouldn't be hanging out. Like what is happening? Different hernias, and I'm getting scared here. My spine is getting worse. I don't know. Maybe I should be without a pillow, but I've got apnea. I've got to be on an angle. Jeez, I'm getting scared here. My spine. I don't want to go to the ER. What I need is an MRI. I wanted exactly a year ago, I think I had the last MRI. What I need is a spine MRI, and he didn't want to do it. The other doctor, he did the brain, but refused to do the spine. I asked him, I phoned the office, no, wouldn't do it. Stubborn. He should have done it, because 30 to 50 to 50% or something, and I'm probably wrong with that statistic, 30 to 60% of us with Chiari will end up getting a syrinx, a spinal cyst. Okay, so I gotta lay down flat for my spine, but I can't because of the apnea. Oh my God. You know what? I think most of the time I don't realize that I'm in big trouble here. And I don't think I don't think I fully realize that yet. I somehow have this fantasy that, this is all going to go away. And I don't think any of this, I think I'm in denial, or I don't know. I think because there's no people around me, there's no family to talk to about how really serious this is, and what the future is going to be like, and what am I going to do. And anyways, it's late. I'll talk to you later.